You are listening to Lesson 3, Chapter 1 of Form 5 African History. Cameroon General Education. Narrated by Wacheseh Academy. Common problems facing independent African states. Political. Autocratic leaders use legitimate and illegitimate means to cling to power. Electoral malpractice in favor of the ruler. Absence of a strong opposition party for check and balance. No defined or suitable ideology for the leaders fluctuating between socialism and capitalism. Widespread ethnicity or tribalism leading to mediocrity, especially in the army and civil service. The problem of national integration of so many tribes to enhance unity. Lack of charismatic leaders commanding true national support. Religious antagonism, especially Christian-Muslim rivalry. A strong tradition of dictatorship making democracy unsuitable. Conflict authority in some areas between the traditional rulers and national leaders. Lack of responsible political organization such as students' union, trade unions, etc. The strong influence of formal colonial masters. The threat of secession and outbreak of civil wars. The strong influence and privilege enjoyed by the military in the society. The problem of having suitable national construction. Social. Inadequate schools, high illiteracy, and ignorance in many remote rural areas. Inadequate hospitals, medical staff, drugs, and equipment leading to the spread of malaria, filaria, etc., leading to high death rates and low life expectancy. Inadequate clean drinking water in the urban areas. Lack of pipe-borne water in rural areas. High cost of electricity, irregular power supply, and backward rural electrification. Rural exodus leading to urban congestion. Housing problem leading to urban congestion. High birth rate and rapid growth of population. High crime wave, especially in urban areas. Discrimination against women in wages, appointment, employment, etc. Inadequate food for growing population leading to malnutrition. Immoral behavior of youth such as drug and alcohol consumption, cigarette smoking, prostitution, etc. Economic problems. The very low income per capita and widespread poverty. Very high unemployment and lack of good professional training for the job market. Absence of qualified technicians for industrial and agricultural expansion. Overdependence on agriculture and fluctuations in prices. Lack of capital for investment and overdependency on foreign loans. Domination of local markets by Europeans and Americans. Poorly developed transport infrastructure. Poorly developed communication networks. Lack of economic planning and extravagance on white elephant projects. The problem of dumping, especially by China, Japan, and the Western industrialized countries. High cost of imported products, especially oil, industrial machines, cars, etc. Solution to the problems. Political. Most countries have adopted an independent electoral code to handle the problems of electoral malpractice. Invitation of European observers and refusal of the Western industrialized countries to recognize military coups. Most organized sovereign national conferences and produced new constitution reflecting local realities. To promote national integration, most have adopted a unitary or federal system with more powers given to the central government. Minorities have been given key positions in the government. Most have allowed human rights organizations to function in order to protect civil liberties. Multi-party politics has been adopted to ensure checks and balances in the parliament. Most governments have adopted the system of government of national unity, involving the ruling and the opposition parties. Conferences have been held aimed at training politicians on democratic traditions, helping to make the opposition parties more responsible. Social. Adoption of free education by some African countries, provision of subsidized textbooks, improvement of the training and status of teachers. UNESCO has been helping to fight against illiteracy and ignorance. In most hospitals, drugs provided at subsidized prices, who has been assisting them to overcome health problems. Creation of corporations in charge of water supplies. Encouragement of committee projects. Creation of corporation in charge of electricity supply. The establishment of schools, industries, and recreational centers in the rural areas helped to check rural exodus. Family planning campaign has helped to reduce the birth rate. The improvement of telephone services, adequate planning of streets and houses, reinforcement of police control has helped to reduce the crime waves in cities. Ministries or top government departments which have been created in charge of the promotion of women's rights has helped to reduce discrimination against women. The establishment of youth training centers or holiday workshops. This has helped increase the moral standards of youths. Encouragement gave to farmers, national slogans such as Operation Feed Yourself, Operation Feed the Nation, etc., and assistance from FOA experts. Food aid from the World Food Program has helped reduce malnutrition. Economic. As regards low income and productivity, the specialized agencies of the UNO such as UNDP have been helping them to make better use of human and natural resources. The IMF has been providing short-term loans and assisting in economic readjustment. IBRD has been providing long-term loans for development projects like plantation agriculture, the building of industries. IFC has been helping private investors. External assistance from UN financial institutions such as IBRD, IDA, IFC, grants from developed countries, have helped in the construction of roads, railways, etc., making urban and rural areas accessible. Grants from the IFC, IDA, etc. also help to expand agriculture and industries. To solve unemployment, self-employment is encouraged through professional training, reduction of taxes for investors. To solve the problem of poverty, subsidies being given especially to farmers to expand production, job creation by local industries, etc. To solve the problem of dumping, the government imposed high taxes on imports and launched a strong campaign for the consumption of domestic products is being used. To solve the problem of trade, inter-Africa highways have been encouraged, a regional organization created such as ECOWAS for West Africa, CEMAC for Central Africa states, etc.